Hey, what's going on, guys? This is an audio-only video that I'm going to do right here, but I'm going to talk about how I am not a fan of Meghan Markle. As many of you guys know, Meghan Markle and her husband, Prince Harry, had done an interview with Oprah Winfrey, and that interview was watched by 17 million viewers. In that interview, Meghan Markle claims that she had faced racism within the royal family. But the only specific example she really gave was when she was pregnant with her and Harry's child. They've since had the child. The child's name's Archie. Well, when she was pregnant with the child, there was one member of the royal family who she is not named. She didn't name him during the interview, him or her, and she's still not named that person. The member of the royal family allegedly was concerned about what color skin the baby was going to be. And while you could argue that is inappropriate, possibly, that is also a common conversation when people of not just different skin colors, but different skin tones married. I've known light-skinned blacks that have married dark-skinned blacks, and there's concern if the baby's going to be light-skinned or dark-skinned. I've also known whites who have get tan when they're out in the sun, and then others get freckles, and they wonder how the child's gonna react to the sun when they're pregnant with the child. That's just, in some ways, a conversation piece. It's not meant to be racist. Nevertheless, when Queen Elizabeth II heard that in the interview, she has called for an investigation within the royal family to determine who said that. But the investigation has not turned up anything because Meghan Markle has not said who that person was. So they really don't have anything to go by during this investigation. It's just asinine. Also, when you marry into a royal family, there is protocol. And protocol is typically the wife walks alongside her husband, but slightly a little bit behind him. And it's protocol, and Queen Elizabeth II is apparently rigid and strict when it comes to tradition, when it comes to British tradition. And that is a price you pay marrying into the British royal family. And you have to use a certain fork to eat something. You have to use a certain knife. And that is tradition, and it applies to everybody, every member of the royal family, but then also anybody who marries into the royal family. But then Queen Elizabeth II is worth $500 million. Okay? Most members of the royal family are worth over $10 million. Okay? You're being paid by the British taxpayers who want you there. The royal family has 80% popularity in the UK. To basically be figureheads and make public appearances. And Meghan Markle thought she could use her title as princess to further her political causes. Never mind, it is royal family policy to be politically neutral. You have to keep your political opinions to yourself because the constitutional monarchy government that the United Kingdom has, the power lies within Parliament and the Prime Minister. The royal family are figureheads. So they have relationships with every prime minister of the UK, regardless of what political party the prime minister adheres to. They also have a relationship with every single president of the United States, regardless of what party the president of the United States is. That's because the US and the UK have a special relationship. And whether if you support it or oppose it as part of the royal family, you have to take part in it. And that is policy. And Meghan Markle, I firmly believe, had to know that before she went in there. Also, what we do know is there were plenty of friends and acquaintances of her who told her not to marry Prince Harry because they said the British tabloid press is going to come after you. You're not going to have any privacy. You're going to be reported with everything you do. Well, she was warned, but she still went through with the wedding. But according to Nigel Farage, who headed UK's Brexit party when the United Kingdom left the European Union, Nigel Farage says the criticism did not start until Meghan Markle and Prince Harry went around the world and started lecturing people about climate change. Okay, number one, that's against royal family policy to do something like that. But then also, number two, they were flying around in Gulfstream jets. Those Gulfstream private jets release 4 to 5 times of gas emissions into the ozone layer than does a regular airline commercial jet. So basically what the British tabloid press did was they called them out on the hypocrisy of that. I firmly believe that that Meghan Markle used her career to use this title as princess to try to further her own career in Hollywood and further her own political ambitions. She went through a personal secretary and a personal maid about once every 3 months. She could not keep staff. Now, granted, the last staff member she had was there for about a year, but before that, she couldn't keep one for longer than 3 months. She would always find something wrong with them. She would be really picky about how things were done, and she would get into it with them, and she couldn't keep staff. A lot of our former staff members allege that she was very over-demanding. She was very, very difficult to work with. Also, Meghan Markle did not have any friends or any family members that attended that wedding. And that says something about Meghan Markle right there, if you ask me. And Prince Harry has basically betrayed his family, and he's betrayed his country by doing what he's done. The fleeing and going to the United States, settling in the United States, but then they're whining that they're off the royal family's payroll. Well, one, you left the country, and the United States doesn't have a monarchy. One reason we broke away from the UK, and we're not colonies, we're friends with the UK, but we're our own separate country. And you chose your wife over the royal family, so no, you shouldn't be on the payroll, and you're bad-mouthing them in an Oprah interview. And then Prince Harry's whining, saying, all I have is my mother's inheritance. You inherited $15 million. You just live on the interest on that. That is $640,000 a year. Cry me a river. Anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.